I've got to say Lord of the Flies, because for me that was the one that really hooked me into reading as a puzzle. Like, I no longer was I just reading words on a page. I was trying to figure out, let's just take the title of that book, for example. The title of that, Lord of the Flies, is another name for Beelzebub, who's a chief prince of demons, from the biblical standpoint. So I was trying to figure out all these things, like, why would an author name their book that? Why was this character symbolic? Why was this? And it became more of a puzzle to me. And I also like the themes of like civilization versus savagery in that story. So that was probably, I would hold that one very high up for me as important books. I'm going to mention a couple others too. So I grew up in West Virginia, and one of the most profound books, I think, is the book October Sky. It was originally called The Rocket Boys, but it takes place in a small coal town in West Virginia, and the boy wants to, Homer Hickam is his name, he wants to be, his father wants him to grow up and be in the coal mines, and he has different ideas, and he wants to become an engineer for NASA. And so the story is about sort of an overcoming of expectations from your societal surroundings. And I think that's a powerful story for the modern person, because a lot of times kids, teenagers in particular, and I've taught this book in school, but they can have all these pressures on them from society about what to be and what to do, but ultimately he follows his dreams and passions. And if you follow his story, he actually does become an engineer for NASA, and eventually becomes an author. So that's a great book. They made a movie out of it as well, but I'm always going to promote the book first. So that would be one. And then actually one that I teach a lot is probably Anthem by Ayn Rand. And she grew up in Russia but came to America, and it's just about developing a sense of individuality and thinking for yourself. So that's one of my favorites to teach. And one of the symbols in it is a light bulb, so it's kind of, the light bulb goes off and you realize that you need to be an individual and think for yourself. So.